Cancer has impacted my life from a very young age. When I was 13 years old, my grandma passed away after being diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Cancer is painful and scary, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
I lost my grandmother, I lost my uncle, I lost very good friends.
It's shocking to think about how many people around us are fighting this horrible disease.
I lost my father to cancer when he was still fairly young, only 56 years old.
Of course, I've been impacted by cancer, as everyone, I think.
Cancer has changed my life and the life of my loved ones.
The fact is that each and every one of us are going to be impacted by cancer.
My father died of cancer because a tumor could not be detected.
It's devastating hearing the news.
That it can happen to any of us at any time.
My friend is celebrating without her mother.
It's living with this fear, you know?
I have cancer. My dad has cancer. My mother-in-law died of cancer. My uncle died of cancer. My best friend died of cancer. I know many, many people that have cancer.
The CRIS Cancer Foundation, now in its 11th year, is specifically targeting cancer research projects that will make the biggest difference in cancer research in our future, like the ones going on right here at the Institute of Cancer Research. This year, CRIS Cancer was able to invest 21% more than the year before. 81. That's how many CRIS Cancer research projects are happening right now in 2022. Most at the top cancer research institutes and hospitals around the UK, in Spain, as well as in France, all working together to move as quickly as possible. This is CRIS Cancer's mission. One of those latest projects, a new collaboration here at the University of Oxford.
If we work together, we can achieve anything.
This young top cancer research associate, Dimitrios Doltsinos, was just told on his mobile he won the Young Investigator Award, a life changer at age 35, focusing in on individual tailored therapies for prostate cancer. Dimitrios stopped to open his laptop, wanting to see this prestigious CRIS Cancer funded award in writing.
To be able to do this work means the world to me.
What CRIS Cancer represents is exactly what's driving research forwards in a translational manner. So it will accelerate our research in order to bring it as close to the clinic as possible in as short a time as possible.
Well, we already support our researchers as they progress through their career, but the opportunity that CRIS provides is to do that on steroids.
In order to maintain this momentum, we need to expand the number of those clinician scientists.
Since CRIS Cancer began, its sole mission, to beat cancer with cutting-edge innovative treatments like immunotherapy. It started here at the prestigious Institute of Cancer Research, or the ICR, and 10 years later, here in 2021, CRIS founded the Center for Translational Immunotherapy, a huge leap forward for our future. Professor Kevin Harrington at the UK's Institute of Cancer Research.
Without the support from CRIS over the last few years, we wouldn't have been able to come as far as we've come. They do truly groundbreaking work.
And what's very important for us with CRIS is it's clearly a relationship that we know you, you know us, we talk to each other all the time. And I think that really helps us understand on both sides where the money is going, what it's being used for. To be more specific, money is used for equipment, but probably the most important thing is people.
It's actually tricky to doing melanoma.
No one should die with cancer.
People, like Pablo Nenclares, this CRIS-funded young ICR clinical researcher.
And this is what we try to do here. Understand how cancer works, how to treat it better.
How are you going?
Collaborating is everything for Dr. Karen Strathoff. While in the lab at London's Great Ormond Street Hospital, she's been teaming with Stanford University.
The big news is that we received funding to be able to open a clinical trial of immunotherapy for children with DMG.
DMG. It's a brain tumor that grows in children. At the moment receiving a diagnosis of DMG, a deadly glioma, It's just devastating for the child and, as you can imagine, the parents. There is no cure.
They're in the hospital, and it is in the first 2-week period that you can start to see some of these effects. Very challenging to get to funding, and it's been amazing for different charities, including CRIS Cancer, to come together and bring the funding that we need for an early phase trial.
At 22, this London University student, Matthew Courage, can't imagine what parents feel after learning about their child getting this deadly diagnosis.
Thank you.
He got the shock of his own life during lockdown last year. It was a call from his doctor asking him to sit down. It was Hodgkin's lymphoma.
At the time, I have no idea who is Hodgkin's or what's lymphoma, right? It just sounds so serious, right? And next 3 minutes, it completely changed my life.
Matthew shows us the scars where the lump once was in his neck.
I just went running to the mirror. I can just see a big swollen lymph node.
Never noticed it before?
Never. I called my parents first. They were terrified right away.
His mother, how did she react?
She said, "I cannot do that." And I had no idea what she means. What do you mean, Mom? I cannot live longer than my child. Those 3 minutes during this phone call, that's when I became an adult. That's real life now. It's no more child play anymore.
All the CRIS-funded researchers know just how much is at stake right now. The more funding, the better chance we are of seeing major breakthroughs.
I'm 22, I'm thinking that there's time for everything, I can just take it easy with life. Turns out, not really.
Good news, though, is that we are winning battles against cancer. We are winning battles for one reason and one reason only: research.
My hope for research is that better diagnostic techniques are found quickly.
A few years ago, I almost lost my sister to cancer, but because of research, I didn't.
Science, with the right level of investment, will find a cure for cancer.
My hope for the future is that we invest in research.
We need to get rid of this.
We are writing our future, so let's support researchers to have a future without cancer.